Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Adugo, aka Enjoyment Minister, and I'm super excited. This is the first time I'm using my tripod since I got it. So good. Okay, this is my son Emmanuel. Please just ignore him if you keep seeing him. Oh god. All right, in today's video, Mano, please, no. Now, since I moved to the UK through the study routes, a lot of people, as in a couple of people, have been asking me about the step-by-step process and the documents involved. So I've been answering a lot of questions. So I thought to myself, why don't I make it into a video? So if any other person asks me about it, I'll just forward the video to them. Okay. Yeah, so in this video I'll be telling you step-by-step process of how to move to the UK via the study routes, and secondly I'll be listing all the necessary documents you need, okay, for your application, for your admission and your visa application. And then finally I'm going to give you some tips to make the entire process for you easier. Okay, at least some of the tips we used ourselves, because I and my husband, we did everything from beginning to end. We didn't have to use any agent, but of course if you feel the need to use any agent, by all means go ahead, okay, but make sure that the agent is doing the right thing. Okay, make sure that the agent is submitting the right documents, especially during visa application. Okay, so I made a note. So in case if you see me looking down, okay, just know that I'm looking into my notes. The first thing you need to do is to decide that you're coming to the UK to study. Decide mentally, physically, financially. Okay, look at your finances and make sure that at least to a greater extent it can take you a long way. Okay, then, and don't depend on anybody, at least financially. Okay, I mean, even if you need to depend on people for financially, just, I don't know, be sure there are people that won't disappoint you. Okay, because people have their own issues, people have their own crosses to carry. You don't need to carry your own cross and put on somebody's shoulder. If they disappoint you, you start complaining. So first things, decide. Then the second step is gather your documents. Okay, get your documents ready. I'll be giving you a list of the documents later. Then the next step is to apply to as many universities as possible. Do your research, okay? You will find a lot of information on the university's website. Do your research, okay? Even if the information you're seeing on their website is not clear enough, you can always reach them via their email or the phone number that is there. They will always respond, trust me. Ask questions, watch YouTube videos, okay? You will hear people talking about their schools and all. Then apply to the universities you would want to go to based on the criteria that are okay by you. Okay, then after your application, accept your unconditional offer. Sometimes you might get conditional offer. So conditional offer, from the name, means that there are some conditions you need to meet before you get the unconditional offer. Okay, so if you get a conditional offer, okay, meet all the conditions and then get your unconditional offer. Accept your offer. Don't forget to do that. Go on the applicant's page, accept your offer, and receive your CAS depending on how the school issues CAS. Some schools don't conduct interview, okay, before they issue CAS. Some schools, okay, they need to conduct interview before they issue CAS, like my school, University of Bradford. Okay, and people hardly fail the interview. People hardly fail because they'll give you the sample of questions you need to prepare for. Just prepare, show up, answer the questions, pray, and then you don't have anything to worry about. Then when you receive your CAS, apply for your visa, get your visa back, then book your flights, and off you go. No, after you book your flights, make arrangement for accommodation, okay, so that you don't get stranded. Make arrangements for your accommodation. Either you're staying with a family friend. Concerning the documents you need to get ready, the first one is your international passports. Okay, you need to get your international passport ready. If you don't have any international passport now and you're planning to study next year, okay, or next 2 years or something, just get your international passport ready. But if you have money to do it for 10 years, please go ahead and do it for 10 years. So the second document is your transcript, okay. For me, I just went to my school and applied for my transcripts, and I got the student copy, which most schools in the UK will collect, okay. But some schools I discovered they don't give students their transcript, so you just figure out a way to get maybe the official one. Get your transcript, whether student copy or the official copy. Get your transcript. The next one is reference letters. Now when you go to the website of the schools you want to apply, they will give you details of the documents you need to get. Some schools will tell you to get one reference from your employer and one reference from your lecturer, okay. If you left school, let's say 5 years ago or something, at most 5 years before the time you're applying. I hope you understand what I mean. But if it's been a long time you left school, some schools will be like, get 2 references from your employers. Now you must not use the reference from your current employer, because I didn't use the reference from my current employer. I used the reference from my previous employer, okay, whom I have a really good relationship with. Thank you so much. Family is Neka is the one. Thank you for always coming through for me. I am really grateful. And to my lecturer from Adewu, my project supervisor, I'm using this opportunity to say thank you again. So get the references. The next document you need to get ready is your WAEC results. Your WAEC certificates, and make sure you have English language, C5, at least C5, at least C6, yeah, at least C6. It depends on the requirements of your school. Some schools will be like, you either have C5 in your WAEC or you get them IELTS. Some don't accept C6, maybe depending on the course you are applying, but at least have C6, at least C6 in your English language. Then the next document is your statement of purpose. You need to go through the school's websites and the requirements. In fact, under the course you want to apply, they will tell you how to write your statement of purpose. Some will tell us why you want to study in the UK, tell us why you chose this school, tell us what you're going to use that course to do. Some will tell you a maximum of 400 words, maximum of 300 words. Just follow that pattern they told you. But if they didn't tell you anything, just make it generic. Tell them why you want to study in the UK, okay, why you want to study in the school, and all those good stuff, okay. Just 1 page is okay. You don't have to make it more than 2 page, more than 1 page. 1 page is just perfect, okay. Maybe I don't know, maybe I will read out, I'll film a video where I read out my own statement of purpose. Like I wrote like a generic one, then when I was applying to other schools I modified it. Make sure you praise the school. Make sure you praise the school you're applying to. You understand what I mean? Oh my god. Then another document, Manuel is disturbing me. Another document I got, which is not really mandatory, is letter of English proficiency, okay. Just showing that I did my undergraduate studies in English language. You might not need to get it, but I sure got it and applied with it since I didn't write any IELTS, okay. And then another document finally is your change of name documents. If you've gotten married and you've changed your name, just make sure that in all the applications you are doing, both your visa application, your admission application, your form A, make sure that you are attaching your marriage certificate, your affidavit of change of name, and your newspaper publication. Yeah, I think those are the documents you need basically. If there's any other thing peculiar to the school, they will let you know. I'm gonna tell you the tips, okay? The tips, some of the tips that we use to make life easy for us throughout the process. The first one is start on time. I cannot overemphasize this. Start on time, okay? If you know you are coming to the UK 2024 September, start at least start applying at least 1 year before that September. Start applying, gather your documents before then. Maybe September, October, November, December, you should have finished applying to the universities you want to go to. Start on time. I cannot overemphasize it. Start on time, please. Then the second thing is book your TB on time. Once you get your unconditional offer, please book your TB test. Book it on. They can book it 2 months ahead of time, 3 months ahead of time. Book it and just know that that one is out of the way. Now, once you have decided you're going to study in the UK, please, if you have bulk money in the bank, convert it to dollars or something. In fact, now as you are saving money, save money in dollars, save money in foreign currencies. I'm not even going to advise anybody to save money in naira. Like normal savings, don't save money in naira. Please save money in dollars. Please, it's gonna go a long way. Trust me, it's gonna go a long way. Once you start this process, okay, calculate the money you need for your visa and IHS, insurance, health surcharge, okay, that you need. Calculate it and buy dollars and save it in your dollar account. Another tip is get dollar card, unless you really have somebody, okay, unless you have somebody that you can use their own dollar card. But we got our dollar card and that saved us a lot of a headache. You know, we even had a friend also that used our own dollar card. You understand? Get your own dollar card if you can. Get it ready and keep it, okay? When you come to the UK, you can use that dollar card as an ATM. It will dispense pounds for you. If you plan to use Form A for your school fees, for your tuition, okay, I will advise you to not only start on time, but before you start, okay, before you even get the admission, make sure that your BVN is linked to the current email that you are using, or at least there is an email attached to your BVN. It's not when you start now. When you start, you will not discover that your BVN does not have any email, number one, or the email that you used to register your BVN is not the email that you're using now, so you cannot access it. Okay, that was what happened to me. I had to go to the bank, get affidavit that I paid 1,500 for, get affidavit. Get that. Emmanuel is disturbing me. God, please, Emmanuel. Please now. So, I had to get affidavits and something else again and go adjust it before I started applying, okay? Apply to different banks. That was what I did. But I don't think I'm going to advise anybody to do that because it's stressful. Because you have to now be monitoring. In fact, the system is messed up right now. The system is messed up at the moment. So I won't even advise you to use different banks, apply to different banks. But I did apply to different banks, monitored each of them, okay? But another thing is that we had people in every, how do I put it? We had people, my husband has friends in all these banks, at least most of them, so he would always call and all to get updates or something like that, okay? At the end, I eventually used Unity Bank, okay? For my second payment, I used Unity Bank, And as at that point, I already moved my money to GT, because GT now moved to disbursement stage. Okay, when I moved my money there, the person that my husband knows in Unisbank now called him and said, I'm about to be debited. If there's no money in my account, I better fund it. So I had to move the money back from GTB to Unity Bank before I got debited. You understand? So if you don't have anybody that will be giving you update, just stick to one bank, okay? And start on time, because the system is not as easy as it used to be anymore. The next tip I'm gonna say is be nice to people. Be nice to people, because you don't know who your helper is. You don't know who's gonna be your helper. Be nice to people. Don't be rude to people. Don't be behaving anyhow to people. Number one, people are going through a lot, but you don't know. People are going through a lot. You're not going to be talking to people anyhow. Number two, I'm not saying that everybody should be your friend, but at least try to leave a good impression, okay, around people. How do I? So even if you meet next time or something, and you need help from that person will not find it difficult to help you. Be nice to people. You never know who is going to help you. And the last, but not the least, is pray. Pray. You see this whole process I just described in this few minutes video. You need to pray, because Nigeria is difficult as it is. Okay? Pray so that everything will work perfectly. Our own journey was smooth, easy, stress-free, to a very large, greater extent. Pray, so that, I prayed a lot. I prayed a lot. And I declared words of faith, words of affirmation a lot. So I cannot overemphasize the need for you to pray, okay? Pray so that everything will be aligned the way God wants it. Pray so that God will give you the wisdom to know what to do, because there were sometimes I literally knew that this was God. Jesus Christ. I knew that this was God leading us, okay? I knew that this was God guiding us, telling us what to do, and we followed through. God. Pray. That's what I'm saying. That's the conclusion of this whole thing I'm saying. Pray. Another point now, the Holy Spirit reminded me, okay, that I forgot. I wrote it down, okay, but I must have forgotten it. Thank you, sweet Holy Spirit. Okay, is make sure that all your documents for your visa application is ready before you get your CAS. Because I've seen people in a situation that they've gotten their CAS. 1 week later, they've not applied for visa. Why? I need to get these documents. I need to get these other documents. How? Me, before my CAS came out, before my CAS came out, I gathered all my documents, okay? For example, my son, I know that UK is not so big on names, a married couple for some years, but we're answering different. A married couple for some years might be answering different surnames. They're not big on it. But me, I don't want to take any chances. I answered the same surname with my husband, but we decided that our children will answer my husband's first name. So Emmanuel has different surname from two of us. So I got an affidavit to explain that. Okay, I got references from all my employers. The employer I was working with, my previous employer, and my other employer, 3 references to show. And in that place, I indicated when I started working there when I stopped working there, because I don't want somebody UKVI to not send me email and not tell me submit documents to show they call it non-straightforward email, to show what you have been doing since you graduated. I don't have strength for that kind of thing, so I just started avoiding it from the beginning. I got references from three of them showing what I have been doing from the time I graduated up to that moment. You understand? Which other documents? All those consent letters for my husband to use the money in my account, consent letter, you know, and all that for my baby to travel with us. I got every single thing ready. Every single thing. I got every document ready. Our family pictures, Emmanuel. You know, our family pictures, every document I needed. I got everything ready. The day my CAS landed, we started our application that same night. And it's really paid off, because we got a really good, amazing date for our biometrics. When our visa came out, like within 3 weeks. Nothing missing, nothing broken, no hitches, like no headache, no NSF mail, no mistakes on any of our visas or BRB, no mistake. Like, if you see the way I prayed during this period, Jesus Christ. Anyway, let me stop, okay, before this video will be very long. So guys, we've come to the end of this video, okay? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video please, and give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up means liking it, yeah, and leave me nice comments in the comment section. If you have any questions concerning everything I've said, please leave your questions and I'll be very happy to answer them, okay? And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.